Hey y'all, it's Lindsay, and today I wanted to share with you a week of keto dinners that I served to my family over the past 2 weeks. If you are new here, welcome. I am Lindsay, and I like to share a lot of keto content, low carb, trim healthy mama style content, lots of food. Sometimes I share recipes, other times I share a grocery haul every now and again. And I'm getting back into the habit of doing food prep and hopefully sharing those more often here on my channel. So if you are new and that kind of content is something you are interested in, I would love to have you subscribe and hang around a while. And if you are not new, thank you for coming back. So I said that this was a week of meals that I have to share with you over the past 2 weeks. Oftentimes, as a family of 5, I will make 1.5 times of a recipe or double a recipe to have leftovers. Often we are a family who loves leftovers, and we have no problem eating them the exact same way they were from the first serving till the last. And so it seemed kind of puny to just show you like 3 meals for a full week. So I went ahead and just filmed the various different dinners that we did have over the last 2 weeks. So I wanted to go ahead and share those with you now. All right, family dinner tonight is going to be some honey mustard chicken with some bacon bits on top, some butternut squash roasted in the oven, and then some pan-cooked broccoli with some onions. This is sugar-free and keto-friendly. It is my homemade mayonnaise, some yellow mustard, a little bit of sweetener, and some seasonings. And that is what everybody is going to eat tonight for a low-carb family dinner. Okay, another dinner. This is my keto-friendly 1 net carb bread, and then my homemade spaghetti sauce, some of my homemade meatballs, and some mozzarella cheese for kind of a comfort food, open-faced meatball sandwich idea. The bread was actually broiled under the broiler in the oven with some Parmesan cheese, butter, and some seasonings to kind of make it into a garlic toast. And then turn it into an open-faced sandwich. This meal is actually one that is probably more of a junk food style meal. So I have a bunch of our Members Mark pork rinds right here that I put here. And then I made a cheese sauce with just some Colby Jack cheese, sodium citrate, and a little bit of Fairlife milk as my liquid. So it is lower in carbs. I could have done just plain water, but I decided I wanted the creaminess out of the milk. So I did some of the pork rinds, a drizzle of, well, more than a drizzle of the cheese sauce, some bacon bits, and some green onions and purple onions cut up. Decided to add a little bit of some vegetable action over here. Just a few carrots since those are a little bit higher in carbs. And then some of those cucumbers there for a little bit of crunch. The pork rinds do get pretty soggy quickly with this hot cheese mixture. I want to play around with my homemade tortilla chips, see how that goes, but this is what I had on hand. Definitely more of like a college food type of a dinner, but I still think it's going to be fun and delicious for movie night. Alrighty, another keto dinner. This is my General Tso's chicken. I do have a recipe video on this. I'm serving it on cauli rice, and I just dry sauteed that in my skillet over here to get it kind of browned up a little bit. And then I have some steamed broccoli and that General Tso's chicken. This time around, I chose to do thighs instead of chicken breasts. So it'll probably be a little bit juicier, and I don't know, it's a little bit spicier this time, and I am excited for spicy chicken. Okay, another really good keto dinner. This is a low-carb version of Zuppa Toscana. I didn't put any cream in this. This is 100% dairy-free. Just a quick clarification, the soup is dairy-free, however those rolls are loaded with cheese and butter, so they are not dairy-free. Thought you needed to know that. And instead of potatoes, we did cauliflower. And what I did with this is I actually used my Instant Pot for most of it, and I pureed about half of the cauliflower after I pressure cooked that. and then added in the rest of my ingredients and let it become soup in my Instant Pot. So it's got a little bit of kale, a little bit of bacon, lots of sausage, and lots of cauliflower. And then I used a bone broth, a chicken bone broth. And so that is a good quality meal right there. And then I've got 2 of these little tiny keto dinner rolls. This is using a fathead dough variation, a little bit of butter there, and that is going to make for a great cold weather dinner for the night.
One more dinner here to share with you. This is cabbage and eggs. I made a little nest with my cabbage. I shredded it up in my food processor. I cooked it in my skillet on the stove with some olive oil, and once it kind of got crispy on the outside of some of those pieces of the cauliflower, no, not cauliflower, it's cabbage, good grief, I went ahead and made 2 little holes in the cabbage so that I could crack my eggs in there and they could fry in the cabbage. And then I drizzled on some of my homemade mayonnaise here and some sriracha, because I love sriracha with cabbage and eggs, and it makes for a delicious, quick, easy keto dinner for us, and the girls just had regular breakfast for dinner.
So 6 meals over the past 2 weeks, and like I said, leftovers are a big deal to us. My girls are almost 10, almost 7, and 3, and they also all eat the same types of meals that my husband and I eat. We just usually add in like roasted potatoes or some rice, especially if we're having soups. They will get rice added on. If we're doing a breakfast for dinner, we will add toast to their meal. But the main protein and vegetable for the dinner is for everybody in our family. We don't go through and try to make a separate meal for the children and for us, and it just gets to be too complicated. And because we only do the one main dish portion and just add on some carbohydrates for the girls, they have become so much more willing to eat different foods, and they just seem to be more well-rounded overall. There are times whenever we will make pigs in a blanket or do like grilled cheese sandwiches on regular toast for them and that sort of thing, because they just really enjoy that, and I don't really have a problem with certain times letting them have just like the standard kid food. But for the most part, they tend to eat exactly what we eat with an added basic carbohydrate. So that's how we like to do things here in our family, and there you go. Again, I really appreciate you watching this video and subscribing if you have done so, and I hope to see you in my next video.